Good afternoon, folks. A very warm welcome along to each and every one of you. Welcome along here to the Harcourts Gold Auction Rooms at number 471 Papanui Road. Mark Morrison is my name. I'll be in charge of proceedings here this afternoon. Now, we're here to do a couple of things here today. Firstly, to inform you that the property at number 56 Maunsell Street in Woolston has received a pre-auction offer at an acceptable level to our owners. The second thing that we'll do here today is to find out whether or not we will in fact hold an auction. We'll hold an auction here today should I receive bidding over and above the level of that pre-auction offer. If we don't see any further bidding today, I simply knock the property down to the initiator of the pre-auction offer and the property will be sold at that level. Now, before we crack into things, it is a small group here today, but I will take the time to ensure that we have all scanned in using the COVID-19 tracker app just for our health and safety on the way in. Make sure you've sanitised your hands on the way in. Take a moment to do that upon your departure at the end of the day. If you become unwell in the next 14 days, if you could just let someone from the Harcourts Gold Management team know of that fact, or if you're working from with an agent from within the Harcourts network across Christchurch, just let them know and they will in turn inform us of that situation. Now, I'd like to thank our sellers, thank them for their ease of access, for their presentation, but first and foremost for their choice and agency. We appreciate that there is choice out there in the marketplace. We thank and acknowledge them for choosing to work with the great team here at Harcourts Gold. Now, speaking of the team here at Harcourts Gold, I will just introduce a couple of faces who are here in the room to help guide us through today's proceedings. Alongside me, I have Rebecca Johansson. Now, Rebecca, she will scribe and record any bids that we receive here this afternoon. She keeps me on my toes. She makes sure that I'm counting as accurately as I ever can. And behind Rebecca, I have Nicole Cracknell. Now, Nicole, she records all the bids that we receive. They'll be up on the screen. She also drives the presentation that you see here today. And we also beam out to the World Wide Web. And on a normal Thursday morning, we see in excess of 50 or 60 viewers tuning in to keep tabs on the property market. So anyone joining us here this afternoon, a warm welcome to you as well. Now, I know the team here at Harcourts Gold, they will have made all of the relevant documentation for today's proceedings available to you, including the LIM, the title, and the contract from which we work from. Now, that's been approved by the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand and the Auckland District Law Society. There are, of course, a few rules and regulations that we must adhere to when it comes to bidding and buying at auction. That won't surprise you, lovely people. Things are just a little bit different today, given the fact that this is a brought forward auction. What that means in practice is that effectively that brought forward number, that brought forward level, that is our reserve price today. We are on the market and selling from that point onwards. Accordingly, as the auctioneer, I will not place any bids on behalf of my owners. No vendor bids will be placed today. That will not be the right or moral thing for me to be doing. As auctioneer, I may give some suggestions. I may give some encouragement in terms of the increment by which the bids raise. I can refuse a bid if I deem it not to be in the best interests of our owners, and if a dispute arises with any bidding, if there is any argy-bargy, well, I'll be sure to sort that out as well. We'll revert to the last undisputed bid and then simply reopen the bidding sequence from there. Now, should the hammer fall down to the rostrum and should it fall in your favour, congratulations, you are the successful purchaser. Before you commence any celebrations, we will require a few simple things from you. The first thing is that you will sign the agreement, and in doing so you're acknowledging receipt of the approved REA guide. The second thing you will do is you will pay a very neat and precise 10% of the purchase price. Thirdly and finally, you'll complete the GST information which is outlined in Schedule 1. So folks, those are the rules of engagement here this afternoon. Very clean, concise and simple is the auction process, so transparent. Very shortly I will announce the level of that pre-auction offer, and from there I will let you sit and simmer on that for just a moment and then welcome in any bidding over and above that level. So just the one property up here this afternoon for your spirited bidding and buying. And before we do that, I must welcome to the room Caleb Griffian and Tanith Norton. They have been looking after you, the interested parties out there in the marketplace, as well as being the property's ambassador here at number 56. It's more formally described as being an estate in freehold, 731 square metres of that freehold land. That's made up of Lot 4, Deposited Plan 13036, which is outlined in detail in that certificate of title that the team have made available to you. Now, the settlement date is set down for the 31st of March of this year. I do note we have some registered telephone bidders for today's proceedings, so don't be surprised if some of my licensed colleagues are placing bids through the telephone. We've cited the paperwork and are very happy to work accordingly along those lines. Schedule 2, that outlines the list of chattels and those further terms of sale being clauses 22 through to 25 inclusive. You bid and you buy on that basis here today, folks. Well, number 56 Maunsell Street here in Woolston. This is a wee cracker of an opportunity here in Woolston. It's a 2-bedroom, 80 square metre bungalow, so yes, it may be humble in terms of its size, but it sits on that attractively sized 731 square metres of land. It's industrial general zone land there, so those with an eye to the future, you'll see the upside, you will see the potential here long term. Now you'll see the opportunities in terms of the options available to you with this one. Perhaps you just look to rent it out initially, you redevelop the site, or you simply move in and appreciate what you have while it appreciates over time. The flexibility, the options are clear for everyone to see. No surprises that Caleb and Tanith's program marketing campaign has been brought forward here at number 56. So folks, we have received a pre-auction offer at an acceptable level to our owners, the number being $375,500. So $375,500 is where we sit and we sell. Is there $380 to kick things underway? $380. There we go, without hesitation. Good luck, Chris, and your buyer at $380. We have an auction here, folks, and we sell at $380 for the want of a better bid or offer. $385. And $385. Thank you, Tanith, working with the buyer on the phone. There's the retort, Chris, and it's at $385 against you and your buyer. $386. $386, already down to the ones. Okay, well, that's your call. I'll happily take the one from you all afternoon. At $386 I have. Tanith, don't be put off by the little one. $388. $388, okay, doubles them up at $388. First chance, Chris, at $388. It's against you. $392. And $392. Can't pick the pattern, but puts 4 on the rise at $392,000. Tanith, your turn. Is it straight to $400 or more? First call at $3. We're at $392. It's at $392. It's against you. $400 would be my suggestion, but I know very little. $394. $394. There you go. At $394. Back to this side of the room. It is like a game of tennis here. Over the net we go. Do we return that rally? Keep the rally going, I should say. First chance here with tennis buyer at $394. $395. $395. At $395. Only $396. And $96. There we go. Sticking in the ones at $396,000. First call. Everyone's tiptoeing around the $400. I suggest you get there first. Twice now at $396. The smile tells me there could be a wee bit more. Are you sure? It's not your money. You could go halves. Do we try another $500? Third chance. Do I sell here? How are we looking, gentlemen? $398. $398. There we go. At $398, Tanith. Now it's back against your buyer on the phone at $398. Well, they told me they were out before as well, and then they bid again. So surely you're going to as well. But at $398,000, I look for another 2, Tanith. Take it to $400. It's easy to work out the deposit that way. First call here at $398. Twice at $398. All done. All absolutely out. Sit tight. Maybe the best bid you've made all afternoon. Third and final chance at $398. Are you absolutely sure, Tanith? All done. Appreciate the bidding. Am I selling here? It's all gone. 56 Maunsell Street. It goes, it goes. It is sold here. Well done. Well done, well bought, sir. Congratulations, Tanith, to your underbidder. All the very best. I'm sure that you'll help them with their next purchase very shortly. Folks, that wraps up proceedings here this afternoon. May the rest of your day be the best of your day. Thank you so much.